Quick test. Spell the name of that famous family of cartoon bears. The kids' books. The cartoon. You know the one. Got it? Good. You spelled it Berenstein with an E-I-N. You are wrong. It has always been Berenstein with an A-I-N. Look it up. Right now. You will be staring at the cover of every single book from your childhood, and your brain will be insisting, "Welcome to the Mandela Effect." The Mandela Effect is when a large group of people remember something that never happened, with complete confidence, and they all remember it wrong in exactly the same way. Some examples to ruin your day. Pikachu, the yellow electric mouse Pokemon. Picture his tail in your head. Yellow body, brown stripes on the back, and a black tip on the end of his tail, right? There is no black tip. There has never been a black tip. His tail is solid yellow with a brown base. The Monopoly Man, the little tycoon with the top hat and the white mustache, wearing his monocle. He has never worn a monocle. Look at the box. He has never had one. Ever. Star Wars. Darth Vader telling Luke that he is his father. The most quoted movie line in cinema history. "Luke, I am your father." He never said that. The actual line is, "No, I am your father." Snow White, the evil queen. "Mirror, mirror on the wall." She does not say that. She says, "Magic mirror on the wall." Magic, not mirror. Just to be clear, the line in the most famous fairy tale of the 20th century is misremembered by basically everyone alive. Curious George, the little brown monkey. Picture his tail. He has no tail. He has never had a tail. He is famously a monkey without a tail. Fruit of the Loom, the clothing brand. The logo is some apples and grapes in front of a brown cornucopia. The Horn of Plenty. There is no cornucopia. There has never been a cornucopia. The brand has officially confirmed there has never been a cornucopia. And the most insane one, Sinbad, the comedian. He starred in a 90s genie movie called Shazam. Tons of people remember watching it as kids. The movie does not exist, has never existed. Sinbad has personally said, multiple times, that he was never in a genie movie. Okay. So why is this called the Mandela Effect? 2009. A paranormal researcher named Fiona Broome is at a conference. She is talking to people, and she casually mentions that she remembers when Nelson Mandela died in prison in the 1980s. Nelson Mandela did not die in prison. He was released in 1990. He became president of South Africa. He died in 2013 of natural causes at age 95. None of that had happened yet when Broome was at the conference, but here is the part that changes everything. When Broome mentioned this at the conference, other people said, "Yeah, I remember that too. I remember the funeral. I remember his widow giving the speech." Hundreds of people had the exact same wrong memory of the exact same event. Broome coined the term Mandela Effect to describe this. She started a website, the website got popular, Reddit found it, the internet did what the internet does, and now we have a whole vocabulary for the phenomenon of large groups remembering things that did not happen. What is actually going on? Memory does not work the way you think it works. You think your brain stores a recording. Press play, get the file back. That is not what is happening. Every time you remember something, your brain rebuilds it from scratch. Your brain does not store details, it stores gist. It stores the schema, the rough idea, the category. Then when you go to recall it, it reconstructs the details to fit the gist. If a detail is missing, your brain just makes one up. This is called confabulation. Your brain confabulates constantly. It is not lying. It thinks it is telling the truth. It just cannot tell the difference between what it remembers and what it has filled in. There's a famous psychologist named Elizabeth Loftus. She has spent her entire career studying false memory. She has implanted completely fake memories in research subjects. She convinced people that they got lost in a shopping mall as a kid. They had detailed memories of it. It never happened. Loftus calls this the misinformation effect. If someone tells you a wrong detail with confidence, your brain incorporates it into the memory and you cannot tell it from the real thing. This is why eyewitness testimony in court is not great. So why do millions of people share the same false memory? Because schemas are shared. Pikachu is a cartoon character. Cartoon characters often have black tips on their tails or ears. Your brain looks at Pikachu and fills in a black tip because that fits the schema. And then it gets worse. You see someone post the wrong version online. Your brain merges that wrong version with your own memory. Now you remember a black tip with even more confidence. Multiply this by millions of people on the internet for 30 years. But the multiverse explanation is more fun. If you go on Reddit, the most upvoted explanation for the Mandela Effect is that we are slipping between parallel universes, different timelines, quantum jumping. The Berenstain Bears were real. We just got moved to the Berenstain Bears universe somewhere along the way. There is no evidence for any of that. None. Quantum mechanics does not work the way Reddit thinks it works. The multiverse, if it exists, does not let you slide between branches. The math does not allow it. Sorry. The boring answer is, your brain just makes stuff up. So does mine, so does everyone's. Memory is not a recording. It is a creative reconstruction. The reconstruction is wrong constantly, in small ways, and most of the time you have no way of knowing. The reason the Mandela Effect feels supernatural is not because something supernatural is happening. It is because all our brains are running the same flawed software. We get the same details wrong because we have the same mental schemas to fill the gaps with. So, in simple terms, there are no parallel universes leaking into ours. There are billions of brains running roughly the same memory algorithm, and that algorithm fills in details by guessing. Most of the time, we all guess wrong in the same way. Hit subscribe if you would like more reasons to not trust your own brain. Or do not. Whichever you remember doing later, the brain will fill in the rest.